Parks Board. And I kind of told him what I was planning, and he said, run with it, and we will support you with whatever you're wanting to do. So,
I think a prime example of this would be the splash pad at the dog park, which the city paid a portion of, but it's on county property. Anything else for the chief on that?
I think we would probably need a motion to approve.
All those in favor of allowing that, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? Okay.
second thing on here is the discussion of Operation Pullover funds. And I know this is a couple of years ago that I came from the council at the time and advised them that there was about $13,000 to $15,000 that we had no clue where it was supposed to go to. It was money that came to us from the county. I was advised by the person at the time who was in control of Operation Pullover funds for the county that the city was owed $13,000 from the county from previous Operation Pullovers. So at that time he asked me to submit a claim, which I did. That claim was then submitted to the auditor's office, and they just gave us the check. Coming to find out, after a couple of years of doing their books, they found out that we were never supposed to be given that money, and we were given the wrong information from the person that was in charge of Operation Pullover. I am not sure exactly how much money we still have in the criminal interdiction fund. I believe it is anywhere from $2,000 to $4,000, and the county is requesting that they get the $13,000 back in full. So my question is, like I said again, I take responsibility in my department. I brought it in front of you. I can definitely pay that money back through my budget. I just will need to, if you guys approve and ladies approve, then I will, of course, have to do, I guess, an additional appropriation to the county of some sort. So, and I can get all those figures and everything together for you for April. So, like I said, that was a mistake, unfortunately, and Julie out of the Clerk-Treasurer's office and I worked on it for months, and come to find out that we were supposed to receive money. So,
Is that something we could take out of the public safety fund?
we could.
So instead of taking it out of your account and then doing an additional appropriation later in the year to get money back, because it's gonna come from somewhere, maybe we do the additional appropriation out of public safety to pay those funds.
And I'll get you a total amount of what we will need to actually get out of public safety. Like I said, I know there is some money still left in that criminal interdiction fund, so I can definitely bring that back to you. So,
That would be my suggestion on that case.
again, I apologize for the mistake.
Okay, so you'll bring that back next month then? Okay.
And then last but not least, handed out the end of the year report for 2019. I know you guys haven't had time to review that, but while you're reviewing that, if you have any questions, contact me. We'll bring it up to the next meeting. I'll be happy to answer whatever I can for you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Chief. Okay, Brenda, you're back up. Amendment Resolution 2020-6.
I've been advised to state my name, which is Brenda Dwenger, and my age, which is older than Daryl Poland. You'll find in front of you a list of positions that was current with MPERS on August of 2019. In reviewing, we're doing a lot of reviewing in our office. In reviewing, we found that on the MPERS list, we did not have classifications of job descriptions such as fire inspector, fire chief, communications director, and building commissioner. So this is simply a resolution to add those to the MPERS list that is currently standing.
What was the number, 27?
This is 6.
This is a current
This is the current one. We've been advised to upgrade that, which Julie had requested but had not been done. So we are requesting to do that now. It's really just a terminology. I don't want to make light of it, but it's basically terminology for the IMPERS so that we can categorize when we turn in our annual reports and those types of things.
Any questions for Brenda?
Right now, they're currently in there where they're just not on our list? Are these people
This
in
is
those
the list
positions?
that was current in August the 2nd of
I just meant the
2019.
people that are in these positions currently, and we,
Getting paid, or getting taken out.
yeah,
Yes.
that's what I'm asking. That-
Right.
thank you.
And we need to identify them, yes.
Okay, that's
Okay?
perfect. I'll make a motion to pass resolution 2020-6.
Second.
I think there's a question.
The top one, any elected official, shouldn't that read any full-time elected official?
Well, we don't have any elected officials that are other than full-time. That would be Josh and I for the city as elected officials.
Yeah, I guess you guys are.
And the council. But, I'm sorry, I wasn't thinking about that.
Yeah, that should say any full-time elected.
Okay. Well, this is already on the list, so do you want to,
Unless they're gonna put me in PERF.
well, okay, so are you suggesting then that this resolution would be passed as long as there was an inclusion, a change in the state, any elected official, that it says any full-time elected official?
We can make that, we can just make an amendment to it and add that.
Yes.
I'll add that to my motion that we make the amendment to change any elected official on the current list to any full-time elected official.
Is there a second to the amended motion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed?
Thank you for your time.
Final thing on my end is a reminder that the Solid Waste District is having electronic recycling and paper shredding March 14th, 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. It's out at the Decatur County Fairgrounds. Toxaway Days is April 18th, 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. out at the fairgrounds as well. There are these flyers, they're on the back table. Be sure to grab one, take it with you, hang it up wherever. I know last year, I think that there was a record number of items recycled out there, and it's always a lot of fun to navigate traffic. But it's a great event for the community, so be sure to help us promote that. Councilman Kane, where it works.
There's no old business. On new business, the police chief came and talked to us about purchase of 2 new vehicles, not like unmarked vehicles. We approved the low bid, actually it was from Acre at $26,621 for those, and an additional $4,000 for additional items they may need to add to the vehicles. He also gave us his annual report. The fire department, Assistant Chief Winnie came, talked to us about a couple job description changes. We actually ended up tabling that discussion, and then we made 2 conditional offers of employment for probationary firefighters. That should get us through. We have 2 that are retiring, 1 in May, 1 in June. Those 2 positions will cover those retirements, so that ought to bring us, I think, current up to that stage. After that, we'll probably have another round, another selection process, I'm assuming. So, and then Ron May came and actually got us to sign off on the title for the right-of-ways for phase 2 of Veterans Way.
For the
I don't know if-
plans,
I don't know, huh?
for the plans.
Yes, the plan. And I don't know, it might be worthwhile if you wouldn't mind if Ron came up, maybe gave the same explanation he gave us, just to kind of let everybody know where we're at on Veterans Way, if you don't mind, sir. As far as timing and things like that.
Chris, am I limited to for 7 years now.
Back in December, we reached a tentative agreement with the last property owner for the Veterans Way Project Phase 2. In late January, that was all formalized and finalized. We have since received approval from the Indiana Department of Transportation, or actual certification of the right-of-way process, so that was the last major step in preparing that project for letting. Our consultant is currently working on updating all of the specifications and plans and everything to current NDOT standards. We will submit the final tracing submittal, or the final document submittal here in the next 3 weeks, I think. That will all make us eligible for a July of this year letting of the contract, assuming that we can timely deposit our funds with the state. We could see work commencing in September of this year. That work will continue through the fall as long as weather permits, and then in the spring they'll start back. And the planned schedule, weather permitting, is to substantially complete the project in August of next year, and then final completion in November of next year.
Anything else? Anything else? Second?
Second.
All those in favor?